none other than Dr. Sanjeev Khosla sir. He needs no introduction, and he is going to give you a few cases and take you further.
Well, friends, the idea is I am just part of the practical GPs which all of you are. So I'm not going to talk something really hi-fi, but I would like to just, stimulate everybody that we all need to keep our options open. We need to, focus a lot on history and things like that. So I'm going to just take up 3 cases, very short ones. I'm not going to take up a long time, but the whole idea is to stimulate everybody. Now we have a child who is 3.5 years old, who comes with cold, cough and breathlessness. And since 2 days, mother says, doctor, my child had a similar problem last one, and I took treatment for 5-6 days, child became alright. What do you think the child has? What do you think, sir? Just everybody, we will all come to that. What do you think child has? Allergy. What do you think child has? Allergic bronchitis. Bronchial asthma. Yeah, that's it. Anybody else wants to add anything?
Acute coryza.
Acute? Coryza. Okay. Coryza would be only upper respiratory tract. Child has lower respiratory tract. Viral bronchiolitis. What else? Anybody else? So basically, we need to understand that child has a respiratory infection, and this infection is affecting the lungs also. So there is a breathlessness. So here we have a case where we tend to tell the parents that your child has got asthma. See, that is the problem, is severe. Asthma is not a simple diagnosis, and we should be little careful in saying your child has asthma, because parents become real panicking. उन लोग सोचते हैं मेरे बच्चे को अभी से अस्थमा हो गया, and things like that. Most of the time, if you insist on the diagnosis, they will leave you. So therefore, we need to understand that asthma is not a simple diagnosis. Asthma is a little more detailed diagnosis. We need to go into history. We need to understand what the child had, and just some of the take-home points. Take-home points which I feel is, first of all, whether there is a wheeze or not. So we need to understand that sometimes the child comes with lot of noises in the chest, and they are because of the nasal secretions, and we need to check, clear the nose, and then most of the time when we see that the sounds clear away. So therefore we need to understand whether it's really coming from upper respiratory tract or not. Then there is something called snoring. Many parents come, iski chhati se awaaz aata hai. So you clear that it is, the secretion is from the nose. But sometimes raat ko ye bahut awaaz karta hai. So this is not, because children also snore, and the thing is, we always have a tendency, bachche ko snoring nahi hota. But in a child, if there is snoring, it is a significant complaint, and we need to study this child, whether the child has got hypertrophic tonsils or adenoids, and that would be one of the reasons, Okay. And the other thing which we need to understand is stridor. Stridor is a severe illness. Okay, if the child has got obstruction in the upper airway, the child will make noise which is not same as wheeze. So just to understand that we must always learn what is wheeze. क्या है, क्या उसको दमा है, उसको सांस का तकलीफ है, तो what is सांस का तकलीफ? And in wheeze also we have got different levels. These are transient wheeze. Transient wheeze, something like this child may have, is when they have cold, cough, and they get breathless. That is called wandering. Wheeze associated with respirator. Now, these children usually do well after 6 years. So, they don't go on to develop asthma. So, suppose every time child is having cough, cold, and breathlessness, and when the cough, cold, and breath is alright, the child is fine, that child may not get asthma. Okay, so this is something which we all need to understand, because sometimes we are in a hurry to, ये बार-बार आता है, सब last महीना भी आया, like this child has come, And these are seasonal, like especially in rainy season, where the same child will go on seeing every month, And then we also feel, "Arey saab kya dawa dete hai?" Every baar aata hai. So we need to understand the difference between asthma and wheeze associated with lower respiratory tract infection or respiratory tract infection. Okay. So, and the other is persistent. Now the cough cold is not alright. They don't cough cold, but they still wheeze, they still bronchi are there in their chest. And these are the children who are going to get asthma later on in life, more likely. Okay. And there is one entity called late onset wheeze, where we have children who develop wheeze after 3 years. So these are children who have other causes of developing wheeze. Okay. There are certain comorbid conditions which we all need to know, especially in children. One is allergic rhinosinusitis, where basically they have a lot of blocked nose. We need to understand that they may develop polyps. We need to identify that, because these things will require a specialized treatment. They don't require treatment only for cough cold, but then you have to treat these associated things. Then adenoid hypertrophy, especially now, sometimes we don't hear, मेरा बच्चा ना मुंह से सांस लेता है, like very common है, इसका मुंह खुला ही रहता है. So these are the times when you must pick up that this child has got something more than cold and cough. So agar the parents are observant and say iska muh, and then if it is unnoticed or undiagnosed, then after a long period, they have a different type of face called the adenoid faces. That again is difficult to reverse afterwards, if it goes on for a long period. So picking up adenoids is an important thing. One is snoring, other is blocked nose, okay, and they breathe through the mouth. The other thing which we need to understand in children is GERD. Now GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, is common in early pies. दूध पीता है, उल्टी करता है, but the quantity of vomit also is important. थोड़ा सा करता है, that means the child is not being burped properly. Afterwards, if it happens, then the child is associated with a illness. Now, if it is, especially if it causes a difficulty in weight gain, the child has a reduced weight gain, then you must consider this as a significant thing. Many a times the GERD and wheezing are simultaneously there, because naturally when the child vomits, it goes into his respiratory tract, he develops wheeze, and you have to take the history. कि इसको खांसी के ये सांस जब चलता है, उल्टी हुआ था, हाँ, इसको हर बार थोड़ा कुछ भी खिलाओ उल्टी होती है. So these are children who are not only having wheeze, but they are having another illness along with wheeze. This is just because in pediatrics now, our time schedule as a GP to children is not adequate. हम लोग 2 मिनट में 5 मिनट में करते हैं. But if a child is coming again and again, we need to spend little more time. We will see, the idea is we cannot compare ourselves with consultants, but the idea is to spend a little more time and you will come to a better diagnosis. Okay.
So what is that FTT?
FTT is failure to thrive. That means the child is not gaining weight. The general thing is at birth, whatever weight is there, at 6 months it should double. At 1 year it should triple. And 2 years it should 4 times. Simple, like not very complicated, easy to remember, and we can practice. But the problem is you should have a weight scale. Yeah? That is another important thing, because how many of us are going to have a pediatric weighing scale is an important thing. The big scale which most of us have, what I'm trying to say, if you don't have, and you have good practice of children, have a weighing scale. See, because the parents will get impressed, I'm telling you. The parents will weigh your consultation or your, values more if you do such things, especially. Okay. Obesity again is a cause for breathlessness, but in elderly children. Okay. What are the common allergens which we see in for children? Is dust mite. Now, I just want to tell you that if a child is coming again and again, and especially with breathlessness, and सब कुछ नहीं है, हम लोग बहुत ध्यान देते हैं. What is the common thing is carpets. Now problem is carpets and curtains are known to be one of the common sources of mites. So therefore, suppose you have a patient and whom you understand, especially if they are having a house with carpets. Nowadays, most of the houses don't have carpets, but what I'm saying is this is something which we should not miss as practitioners. Cockroaches, of course, we all know. Mold and spores. Mold and spores are telling in rainy season, there's fungus on the walls, and many of these people, they don't paint their house that this kachua chap and this good night coils are little harmful, more harmful, especially if the child is having breathing problems. Okay. Now many times we like to do X-ray. Khansi aaya, bukar aaya, thoda saans phulta hai. X-rays are usually not advised as far as breathlessness is concerned and simple cough is concerned. We should think only if the diagnosis is in doubt or there is a flare-up. Now, what test to do in a child who is having a cough with breathlessness? Most of the time, you don't require much test. Most of the time. See, the test if you want to do is to come to a diagnosis. And the diagnosis, if it is clinical, do not rely on tests to come to a diagnosis. Go in detailed history. The importance is that we tend to sometimes not go in detailed history, and then we tend to overdo tests, especially in children with cough or recurrent with breathlessness. The only important test is eosinophilia. Eosinophils more than 4% in children are supposed to be significant. Okay. And then spirometry is done especially for children who are above 5 years age. When we do spirometry even for pediatrics, but it's only for children above 5 years because otherwise it's very difficult to get a good result. Okay, allergy tests are also nowadays common. Now especially if the patient is extremely affording and we have got history which is suggestive of allergies, we can do blood tests to find out what are the allergens which the child is having. Bronchoscopy is reserved only for foreign body and malformation. So these are all for specialized things to complete, and 2D echo for cardiacs. Now what happens is in children when they are small in age and if they are breathless, we have to think of other causes. Okay, so that is very important. Don't think of asthma in children less than 1 year of age who are having recurrent cough, especially children below 6 months. We have to think of cardiac or respiratory malformations. That is very important. See, when you have to think what are the common causes, especially in a child below 6 to 9 months, more important are congenital anomalies. So therefore, especially as a GP, we should be very, very careful if a child comes with breathlessness which is less than 9 months old. Okay. What is atypical wheezer? Atypical wheezer means these children are breathless, they are having bronchi, but it is not asthma. Sudden onset. Suppose the child was fine playing and all that, and they started coughing and they become breathless. Foreign body is one of the most common things which we should think of, especially in children. Okay, and as I said before, neonatal onset. That means very early onset of breathlessness. We have to think of congenital anomalies. And intermittent wheezing, as I said, in asthma is typical. You get cough, cold, breathlessness. When the child has no cough, cold, the child may be fine. Persistent wheezing, again, as I said, foreign body. And some of the times now we have got in children, the wheezing is progressive. There is importance of X-ray chest and other investigation, which may be due to a lymph node pressing on the trachea or the bronchus. So these are things, whenever there is something atypical, we must not neglect it. Suppose this is very important. The whole idea is to sensitize ourselves. A common cheese mein theek hai, but if there is little something which is not common, we should have our antennas up. Okay, so suppose there is persistently, when things are not getting all right, the child is continuing to get cough and breathlessness, there is something serious. we need to think that this is a case which is not for our treatment, it is for our reference. Okay, that means in that comes the interstitial lung diseases and other things. Suppose the child says, you think doctor, मेरे बच्चे को अस्थमा है कि नहीं? So therefore, many times we have posed this question because the child is coming with cough and breathlessness. So to have an idea whether the child is likely to have asthma, we have got two criteria. It's called the major criteria and the minor criteria. Now, if the child has got atopic dermatitis in the skin, then this child is more likely to develop asthma. You understand? So skin atopic dermatitis is a very, very major indicator for likelihood of asthma. Okay. The other major cause is parents having. The father is having asthma, the mother is having asthma, other siblings are having asthma. So there is a genetic predisposition. So there again we need to think of that. And if the child is allergic to aeroallergens, aeroallergens means dust, smoke, then again these are three major criteria. And the minor criteria is if there is wheezing which is not with cough and cold. If the child gets wheezing, bilateral bronchi, but there is no cough and cold, then again the child is likely to develop asthma. The other one is eosinophils, I said, which is more than 4%. And he is allergic to other things, like food, certain foods, especially proteins are known to be highly allergens, so sometimes eggs, peanuts and things like that. So these are minor criteria. So if one major criteria or any of the two minor criteria, then this child is likely to have asthma. Many times patient asks, hey, nebulizer, because many times you nebulize a child, child becomes alright. The patients are fine. But what I would suggest is we should not recommend nebulizers at home. Nebulizers have found to be more harmful than helpful, especially at home when they give treatment which is not monitored at all. So better to go for spacers, better to go for inhalers. So if the parents ask कि हम लोगों का बच्चे को रात को होगा, कभी नहीं होगा, तो आप नहीं मिलेंगे, तो क्या करने का? So always advise them inhalers. Inhalers are far better than nebulizers if they have to be used at home. So inhalers in clinic are, nebulizers in clinic are good, but not at home. So this is one point I just wanted to clarify as far as our GP is concerned. Suppose now just to complete this case, when do you think there is a serious diagnosis, especially neonatal, then recurrent, and if there is persistent wheezing, then it's more likely to be a foreign body. Then again, if there is stridor, as I told you, stridor is not the same as wheezing. So we need to understand. So that obstruction at the upper airway is a serious illness. Okay, and especially if they are not responding to treatment which is ideal, correct, then we have to think of some other causes. I just mentioned a few of them. Sinusitis, TB is there, and sometimes there are causes like interstitial lung diseases and other things which are not in our spectrum of treatment. So when you realize this child is not doing well, it is ideal to refer them to a better center. Okay. So in examination, if you see loss of weight, again it's a very sign of reference. It's a serious problem. Upper airway obstruction, again I said, and if chest deformities are there, again, and if there is stridor, as I said, and if you feel there is a cardiac illness, then again. Most of the time, these children will require inhalers. That is the drug of choice, and along with that, we have to see that they advise avoidance of triggers and comorbid conditions, which I said. So allergens have to be avoided, and steroids are ideal. Below 5 years, we need to use only plain steroids. Okay. Now this is another important thing. Just last message for take home as far as this case is concerned. When we are giving to children above 5 years, then we have to give them a combination. Combination is salmeterol with steroid budesonide, or formoterol with budesonide. So this is only above 5 years. Below 5 years, only steroids, either budesonide or fluticasone. So this is something, and this inhaler pumps, they have to be taken with a spacer. That is one thing. If the child is very small, they have a face mask. So face mask attached to a spacer and then the pump. Okay, now the thing is, if we are not using this, no, then we feel नहीं वो syrup से ही ठीक होएगा, वो हम लोग का tablet से antibiotic से ही ठीक होएगा. See, you have to now change your style of practice. See to it that if you start using inhaler, you will get the results. Trust me, you will get the result. You can give symptomatic bronchodilators and antihistaminics along with them, but the inhalers are the drugs of choice. So those of us who are not using inhaler, it's time to learn little bit. It will take little time, little effort, but once you learn them, you are going to give them ideal treatment. That is what is very important. Okay. So now another sensitization. This is another interesting thing. If I had a 42-year-old male executive who came with me to complain of weakness since 2 months, he said, "Sir, both weakness हो गया 2 महीने से." What should we be thinking of? Diabetes, yeah, exactly. I told him, तुमको diabetes है क्या? बोला नहीं सर, 1 महीना पहले अभी तो जीपी दूसरे के डॉक्टर के पास गया था. Sugar सब normal है. So then we have to think of something else. What else we should think of? Hypertension. So he said, sir, take your BP, BP, and we took the BP to normal. Then what else you have to think?
Anemia.
Sorry? Anemia. Again, yes, very nice. So I said, तुमको कुछ कमजोरी लगता है तो ब्लड टेस्ट किया क्या? बोला हाँ सर, मेरा जीपी ने तो सब टेस्ट करके देखा, मेरा कुछ भी नहीं आया. Loss of sleep. Very good. Excellent. See, this is important that we have to have an understanding. So I asked him कि तुम अब तो एग्जीक्यूटिव अभी बहुत वर्क फ्रॉम होम है, नींद मिलता है क्या? बोला हाँ सर, नींद बहुत अच्छा मिलता है. So then again I said, okay, then there must be something else. What else could be the cause? Nowadays the patients are extremely educated and informed, well informed. So those ignorance gone where they will listen to anything and everything we say. और क्या रीजन है बोलो? हाँ? Sorry?
Depression.
See, this is very important. I went through all these things. I said, इनको blood pressure है क्या? बोला नहीं sir, blood pressure भी नहीं है. Do you do exercise? He said, I do a lot of exercise. And you will not believe, we were going through all this and he had no other problem. Then we went to that, are you happy with your sex life? He said, sir, उसके लिए
That is the trigger point.
I want to tell you it, do not give up just on these 4 or 5 conditions. Try to understand the patient. See, most of us as GPs we do not spend more time with history. This is something which today onwards we must learn, that we must spend time to understand what it is. Like we have examples of chakkar aata hai. We have all heard from that. When we have patients with chakkar aata hai, we have to understand what that patient means by chakkar aata hai. So this is something which we need to understand. Now last case I'll just say, 29-year-old mother of 2 children who has 5 years old and a 2-year-old, came with complaints of weakness since 3-4 days. No, she also comes with another patient. Now, what do you think in this case we should think of? Tell us, come on, all of us here will participate. Tell us.
Anemia.
Anemia, correct. See, between anemia, usko dekha hemoglobin look good. Then what else we should think of? Bolo. Come on, think. We are going to see this case every day. So what do you think of?
Whether she is feeding to the younger child 2 years, lactating or not.
She's breastfeeding or not. You ask her, because most of the time these ladies, they breastfeed for 2 years also. So we asked her, तुम breastfeed करता है क्या? बोले नहीं साहब, डॉक्टर ने बोला 1 साल के बाद जरूरत नहीं है. तो 1 साल हो गया, बंद कर दिया. So breastfeeding was not there. Now what do you think?
Depression.
Huh?
Depression.
Depression, very good. So we asked her, घर में कैसे ठीक ठाक है? Very important, see, as females when they come, they have got multiple issues. We should always think of that. And I asked her, तुमको नींद बराबर आती? See, now she has got children of 2 and 5 years. Now it's not easy to get good sleep in 2 years. तो सोना बराबर मिलता है सर? हाँ, बच्चे लोग टाइम पे सो जाते हैं, टाइम पे उठते हैं. So that was also not there in her case. Then you think of depression. You know, postpartum is too late now. She doesn't belong to that category. But she did have depression also. Then now what to think of? Come on. So, I mean, we have to think of some cause. Now she has come to us. We are going to treat her. Obesity or hypothyroidism. Very good. Very well, Dr. Avish will be happy. Because usko hypothyroidism hai ke nahi dekhne ka. So we took her pulse. You know what he says, you know, one of the parameters is pulse, you know, and her pulse was 84. So we were saying, okay, pulse भी नहीं है और तुमको constipation है, नहीं constipation भी नहीं है. So hypothyroidism was also ruled out. Then what do you think of? Come on. Menorrhagia. We asked her, you know, both heavy bleeding तो नहीं होता. बोलता नहीं sir, heavy bleeding नहीं होता, regular bleeding होता.
So what is the constitution of the patient? Whether it is lean or fat?
Sorry?
Constitution of the patient.
Constitution of the patient. The patient was, of about 5 feet 3 inches, medium height, and not lean, not very obese also, medium weight, and looked non-anemic, was normotensive. उसका blood pressure भी ठीक था. So what do you think? बोलो, yes, sir.
Reduce intake.
Huh? Sorry?
Reduce intake.
Intake, correct. Intake, because see what happens is, as I said, in females, lot of issues are there. We need to understand them. तुम खाना बराबर खाते हैं? बोले हाँ. अभी 2-3 दिन से बराबर नहीं खाना, पहले तो अच्छा खाते थे. अभी 2-3 दिन से कम खा रहे हैं. तो that was another thing. You know, घर में कोई गेस्ट आया है क्या? आपको बहुत लोग आए रहने को, वो भी नहीं था. That was also not there.
क्या था?
Yes. हाँ? Correct. Dr. Jay Desai को चॉकलेट देना पड़ेगा. We asked her what was her LLP. She missed her period by 2 days, and that was the reason. See why I'm saying it. We all need to understand that unless and until we take complete history, we cannot take it. Dr. Jay Desai. Yeah. So, friends, this was a little brain teaser. We will have a small break now. And the whole idea is history, history, history. Everybody tells us, but when we go home, we are again going to do that. Please